Everyone is beautiful in their own way. So much more to a person than their physical appearance. Hey everyone, I'm Amy and welcome back to my channel, Little Ames. I've rebranded it. It's no longer fan trash anymore, you know, RIP fan trash. There's probably a lot of people being like, I don't remember you. But that's okay. That's okay because I do, you know, upload, tell you I'm going to upload loads, and then, you know, a few months later, here I am. Miss Rona has finally caught me after a long 2.5 years. She was saving me to last, so I'm in isolation and I thought, let's make a YouTube video. So here we are. Now today's video is gonna be like a sort of get ready with me, but I've got nowhere to go, so it's just like me just doing a tiny bit of makeup. I'm not a makeup guru, I just must point that out right there. First, grab a cup of tea or water, or you know, alcoholic beverage, you know, you do you. Straight off the bat, I fake tanned and my hands are like this, but we move to contemplate wearing gloves, but I thought that'd be a bit weird. So yeah. So this video is going to be about my birthmark, but also it's just sort of about self-love and accepting yourself as you are, because I just don't think we do enough of that. Okay, let's get into it. The hair's gone up. We mean business. Okay, let's go. So, my birthmark. Amy, you haven't got a birthmark. Where's your birthmark? Let me show you. God, this means I'm going to have to show you my side profile. I've been eating the Christmas chocolates, don't judge. So it's just there. Move my earring out the way. But as you can see, it's just sort of, it's a lot of moles and just sort of a brown little patch around it. Exhibit J. But yeah, so that's my birthmark. Throughout my life, I've really struggled with sort of, oh shit, I'm supposed to be getting ready as well. So growing up with my birthmark, I always sort of just seen it as like a flaw. Like I thought it made me look disgusting. I thought that like no one would ever love me with a birthmark. I thought like no one would fancy me. Try so hard to get rid of it. Like I'd cover it with loads of makeup. I used to watch tutorials on YouTube how to like cover up a birthmark or how to get rid of a birthmark. I don't know why it was drilled into me that it was ugly, but I just thought it was, and I just like desperately wanted to get rid of it, and it was really like impacting my self-esteem. It's so difficult to talk and do this at the same time. I think I've overestimated myself. Yeah, I've overestimated myself. Hello, it's me from the future. Just want to point out now, there's a bit of cream on top of my head in the video that I didn't rub in. I just didn't see it, so I didn't rub it in. So you're just going to have to deal with it. It doesn't get rubbed in. Sorry to spoil the ending. But yeah. When I was on holiday, I think I must have been about 7. I went into the bathroom and there was a woman there. She seen me washing my hands and she just came over to me and then started like scrubbing my face. And I was like, that's a bit weird. I was like, what's she doing that for? She just kept scrubbing it and she was just like, it's dirt, we need to get rid of it. And then when I told her, like, I was like, no, it's a birthmark, she stopped doing it and apologised. And I just like remember going to my mum, crying my eyes out, being like, some woman just tried to get rid of my birthmark. So yeah, I was just a bit like, that's a bit shit. Didn't say that off because I was 7. When I was in school one time, like I had my hair up, a boy shouted at me and it was like, you look like you've got shit on your face. And I was like, okay. That someone said like it looked like I had a beard, and I was just like, okay, nice. I think it's just contributing things like that, like it does just like, especially for me because I'm quite sensitive, not my confidence so much. And you know, I'm lucky in the fact that I didn't get bullied for it or anything. I'm not trying to have like a sob story. A few times like that is like enough to sort of like destroy my confidence, and I was just like, right, I want to get it removed. So when I was like 15, 16, just came to my mum and I was just like, I just don't want this birthmark anymore. I was like, I physically can't have it. And my mum could see how much it was upsetting me. Booked an appointment with like the NHS. They were going to evaluate like whether or not they could do anything. Went in to like a doctor's appointment and I just cried my eyes out and I was like, I hate my birthmark, which obviously must have been so upsetting for my mum, because obviously like you don't want to see your daughter like that. Woman was like, there's nothing we can really do, like cosmetic wise, like we don't do that for the NHS. But like, because she could see like how much I was struggling and like the impact it was having on me, she was like, right, bear with me one sec. And then she went into another room and then she came out and was like, right, like we can start laser treatment for you. But as I say, it's not something that they normally do because it's, you know, because for cosmetic reasons, and the NHS aren't for that. So the laser treatment, I had about 7 or 8 treatments for it. That's from when I was like 16 to when I was 18. The laser treatment, how I describe it, is like, you know, like a mosquito, like when you get a mosquito bite and you have like that zapper that like zaps the bite. Basically it feels like that, but like, you know, a lot worse. No, maybe not a lot worse, just like sort of just a bit more painful. I just remember I had to have like the goggles on, and I was going into this like little laser room, and they'd blow like loads of cold air onto my birthmark, and then they'd zap it, and they'd zap around the birthmark. You know, I had that like probably about 7 or 8 times over the span of 2 years, and just didn't really do anything. They were like, it should work, but if it doesn't, we'll then move on to surgery. So they basically cut off the birthmark like on my skin, and then like sort of squinch it together like that, and then I'd be left with a scar. You know, in the first place it was because I was insecure, but the doctor was like, it's going to make you more insecure if you have this massive scar on your face, even if you got rid of your birthmark. That was like the start of my journey to sort of accepting it. So I decided that I didn't want any laser surgery anymore. And honestly, hand on my heart, orange hand on my heart, should I say, I am so like grateful that like treatment didn't work, because like the place that I'm at now with like sort of my acceptance of how I look is so drastically different from when I was a teenager. And I think so many people struggle as a teenager with their self-image, and making a decision when you're in that negative headspace could just change everything. And I'm so thankful it didn't. How I feel about my birthmark now, I just accept it as part of me now. I think the main reason why I hated it wasn't the fact that I didn't like it, I just thought other people wouldn't like it, which I think is like my biggest lesson now, is knowing that you're not alive to please anyone else. If someone's in shallow enough to be like, nah, you've got a birthmark, like you're ugly, it's just a projection of how they feel about themselves. And just sort of realising that is like being like a big thing for me, because I still am to an extent, but I used to be so like reliant on other people's like validation for how I look. Now I just know that I've got to do it. No one else is going to do it apart from me. Someone could say to me, oh, you're so pretty, but I'm not going to believe it until I believe it myself. It's weird how like when you start to like have confidence in yourself, like the things that you think are flaws and imperfections, they're just not. Like, they're literally little things that make you who you are. I just think there are a million billion things about you as a person that like make you who you are. You should never like define yourself by your looks, because your looks literally mean nothing if you're not like a kind, nice person at heart. There's just so much more about you that like people are gonna love and cherish about you, that's like bigger than your insecurities. And I know it's really easy for me to sit here and be like, don't be insecure, because bitch, I'm insecure and I'm making this video. But I think when you sort of look at what really matters in life, I really don't think physical appearance or flaws are a big thing at all. I'm going to give you some homework. Get your planner out, kids. So I want you to write out 5 things that you like about yourself. Could be anything, absolutely anything, because I can guarantee there are millions and millions of things that you should like about yourself that you aren't. And when you sort of explore that and you sort of think, what do I like about myself, you start to just give yourself like more positive affirmations. And I think it is all in the mindset. If you're telling yourself negative things, you're going to believe those negative things. Whereas if you can sit back and just stop the negative thinking for a second and actually pay a compliment to yourself, it goes a long way. Something that helped me out and I was struggling was that like people are a lot more interested in themselves than they are with you. And like at first I was like, what? Like, but it's true. Like, no one pays as much attention to your appearance as you do. People will spend more time caring about what they look like than what you look like. So I think a lot of people think, oh my god, like I can't go out like this, like everyone's gonna think like I look weird, or like no one actually cares. Like, and that's not to be horrible, and that's not to be, no one cares. It is like sort of a relief. Like, not everyone is judging you how you judge yourself, and once you realise that, start to like just be less critical. But no one is going to point anything out, and if they do, it's just a reflection on them. They are projecting their own insecurities onto you. because they don't feel good about themselves. If someone was really, really happy with who they are and how they looked, they wouldn't go out their way to point out someone else's insecurities and flaws. I found this like concept, I don't know, it's in a book somewhere, but it said you've got to speak to yourself like you are a child. You've still got like an inner child within you, and you need to nurture that and speak to it with so much love. Imagine if I pointed at a 4-year-old child and was like, you've got a birthmark, you're disgusting, you're ugly. I mean, it's just a bit brutal, isn't it? So you've just sort of got to treat yourself like you're a child, like realise like how much damage I'm doing to myself if I'm constantly telling myself that I'm not good enough or like I'm ugly. Just take like a moment to like reflect on how like you talk to yourself, and if it's in a negative way or you wouldn't say it to a child, don't say it to yourself. No matter how like great your friends are and your family are, the only way you're gonna feel validated is if you validate yourself first. So you need to focus on talking to yourself like you're a little child and just be really nice with it. I don't know why I did that, but I just think everyone is beautiful in their own way. So much more to a person than their physical appearance. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up. As you see, I've done my makeup. As I said, I'm not a makeup guru, so it was a very short sort of makeup tutorial, but it wasn't even a tutorial. I didn't even tell you what I did. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere, so what's the point? But yeah, I just wanted to wish you, I was going to say wish you a happy birthday. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. But yeah, I just want to send you all lots of love. And remember, it's all good. It's all good. You're going to be fine. And you're amazing. So, yeah. Right, I shall probably be back in a few months with another video. Try not to forget me. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for another video. I'm not going to say when because I just don't know. But yeah, have a lovely day. Stay safe and keep hydrated. Right, bye darlings.